is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Grundy here, and this is a Decent Legends video. In this video, I've been avoiding this. I haven't wanted to do this, but this is going to be my top 10 Mystic tunes in the game. Because we already know who number 1 and number 2 are. Everybody knows who they are. So I've been just avoiding doing the list because it's boring. But then what I decided to do is take those two and put them in honorable mentions. So this is going to be my top 10 Mystics in the game minus Black Flash and Spectre. But before I get into any of that, I drop these Legends videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe. And if you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Happy Black History Month. And as part of Black History Month, as I said, I'm going to give you a quick recommendation at the beginning of the videos. And the recommendation I'm giving now is for my favorite stand-up comedian is Roy Wood Jr. If not my favorite, one of. He's in my top 5. I'm going to put a link down below where actually the joke is, and I just saw it last week, and I was laughing so hard. It was how the biggest allies to black people are actually white people that play villains in civil rights movies. And one of the ones that he referenced was Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained, which is such a good point. It's funny, but it's such a good point. It's legit, really, really good point. So check that out. Absolutely hilarious. It's from his stand-up, Imperfect Messenger. So check out that stand-up, but I'm gonna put a link to that clip from that stand-up in the comment section below. Maybe I'll even try to put a thing up top, this direction, that direction. I'll try to put a link up top where you can see where the video is. So check that out. Roy Wood Jr., absolutely love him. Check out his podcast too, it's pretty funny. So in any case, now let's get into my top 10. So Spectre and Flash, I've put in honorable mentions because we both know that they were going to be the top of the list. So let's just wipe them out. They're honorably mentioned because if you don't know, you'll find out soon enough why they dominate the game. Yara Flor, she's an awesome AoE damage dealer. She's kind of a one-trick pony in the sense of all she does is heavy damage on her A3, and she's going to be power crept out of the game. Like Dr. Zabaro said, I would say probably even less than a year. But if you need to wipe out a bunch of energy really, really fast, Yara Flor is the way to go. And then Ra's al Ghul is a personal pick for me because I love disease as a debuff mechanic in the game. Is it exactly useful? No, but I have some of the most fun when I'm able to use a Ra's al Ghul, Man-Bat, Wally West combination. I love doing that stuff. It's so much fun. So those are my honorable mentions. And now let's get into the list. Let me get my handy dandy notebook over her. So coming in at number 10 let's get into it. Coming in at number 10. This is also a bit of a legacy pick. I use her. There's certain situations where I have to use her, especially in Nightmare Campaign. But there are a lot of situations that you can use her, although she's not exactly PvP viable at the time. And that's Donna Troy. And the two things that make her the best in the game at what she does is the fact that she gives everyone awareness. So on her passive, she will, and I'm not going to go through the whole kit, I'm just going to give you her passive. On her passive, she will actually, oh, I didn't realize that. Each time an enemy damages an ally, Donna Troy gains 20% turn meter. But it's actually this one. And it's at the end of each teammate's turn. If the teammate has 6+ buffs, then purge 2 buffs, apply 20% turn meter, reduce the cooldown by 1 on all their abilities. That's incredible. That is incredible. And then on top of it, they also apply 1 awareness. So you put her with a Donna Troy, you put a Donna Troy with a Barda and a Terra, and your team is the ultimate tank team. You know what I mean? If you can get a lot of buffs out there, now it does call the whip if you're worried about certain other tunes that may be on this list, but it does make your team tanky as hell, and it does help a lot through Nightmare Campaign, for example. You're not bringing her for damage. She's not even the best taunter in the world. A lot of times when I'm using her in Nightmare Campaign and I have to go manual, then I won't even touch the A2 because I don't want her to get any attention. I'm literally using her to reduce the turn meter on all the abilities of my allies and also give that awareness. So that is Donna Troy coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9. I've started to use him a lot more lately. I think he's an okay lead. He's a pretty good lead, but I like using him off turn. off lead, I should say, and that is Saint Walker. Strange pick, and I'm sure some people are gonna have a problem with it, but he's had a resurgence in my usage lately. So remember, this list is very, very subjective, and it is the fact that he has a call assist that he does where it can happen twice. He can purge buffs. Let me go ahead and go back into it. And truth be told, like the A2 is the one that I use the most, which is purge all debuffs from an ally, apply an overheal, and call their assist. 50% chance to call assist twice, and then plus 50% shield if ally is shielded. Plus 50% chance if ally is shielded. So if everyone's shielded and then you use the A2, they're going to attack twice, not to mention remove all their buffs and gain overheal. That's an awesome ability. And then Hope Burns Bright. I wish it was more than 5 buffs because this is a very heavy buff meta right now, like with Terra and Barda running around. But it does purge 5 buffs from each ally, from each enemy, and then apply 20% shield to all allies. Stun all enraged enemies, which is actually pretty cool just on the side if you're dealing with like an Atrocitus team, which they don't run around much. We did have some in the physical gem blitz, but he ain't physical, he's mystical. But I do love using Saint Walker. I think it's pretty awesome. And here's the thing, I haven't even developed his kit all the way out, like If Fearful Day. Like I need to go back and work on him even more, but even as I have him now, as he stands, he's a pretty awesome tune. So now coming, and I know that's an off the wall pick. Someone in my comments actually called out something whereby they were like, I feel like you just have the tunes that you liked from the beginning, and then there was some along the way that you added. This is the like essence of what he said. It's not exact verbatim, but like, and then you like added some, but you stick with those ones. He had a good point. He had a good point. So I'm trying to like branch out a little bit more and use more different tunes. And I have been using Saint Walker a lot lately, especially with Adam coming up. I actually used him a lot with Adam. So now coming in at number 8 is a legacy pick. Not even a legacy pick. She's had a resurgence since the buff meta has gotten so heavy with Terra and Barda. That is Wonder Girl. You guys already know, but we'll just go down here for those who may not, which all of you do. Divine Balance, I believe it is. At the start of each enemy's turn, if that enemy has 8+ buffs, that used to be 6. Remember that? Remember those days, dudes, when she got that little like love tap? That used to be +6. Purge 2 buffs. If the enemy has H buffs, purge 2 buffs and 70% chance to use Lasso of Lightning, which cracks. Also purge 3D buffs from Wonder Girl. Now, what a lot of people used to do was like run her with Atrocitus, and Atrocitus would give like an increased damage if you were enraged, and so that whip just became like devastating. But at this point now, where it is in the game, it still can do a good solid amount of damage, and with as many buffs as are running around with your, not even with your Bardas and your freaking Terras, we're talking about also Azrael, Arcus, like a lot of them will call the whip. And so if you have a buff heavy person on your team, just one, then she can absolutely just demolish your team because you have one person in there because they're calling the whip and it's an AoE attack. So absolutely awesome tune, absolutely love her. And also hate to face her. Let's just be real. All right, so then coming in at number 7. Again, this is going to be a heavy personal pick for me. Well, I guess all of these are. But it is because I love my beefy taunters, and Grundy is one of those beefy taunters that I love. It's Grundy, Barda, and Clayface for me. Sorry, that's just it for me. And that's basically because he is tanky as all get out. He has a high HP pool. Is my emulator pausing? Yeah. He has a high HP pool. He has a sufficient amount of agility so that way the HP pool kind of stays up. And then he retaliates when he's hit. And then he also revives if he's taken out, outside of if he has heal immunity, of course. But then he also revives at least one time when he's killed. So like gain 80% turn meter and enraged when revived. 43% chance to revive with 50% health. Guaranteed to revive at least once. So like it's a 50-50 shot essentially if he, after the first time he has to revive. And then you have Mindless Brute. Gain 4 agility ups, which makes him that much more tanky if Grundy gets enraged, which he likes to enrage himself, or you can run him against a Harley Quinn, even though you may not want to do that because her physical attacks are way stronger than they should be, but she does hit hard. However, he does get enraged. If you think about those versus enraged teams, he's giving himself more agility ups. And to be frank, Harley Quinn can't really one-shot him, so you're running a risk doing that, but you do want the enraged to give those agility ups. And then 50% chance to use Gravedigger, when Grundy takes damage. So if he gets hit, he's coming back and he's punching your face. And then start battle with taunt crit immunity. So he also can't crit on him, making him just that much more tanky. So absolutely love him. Absolutely love running him as a taunter. So very much a style play for myself. Coming in at number 6. Ooh, I scratched the numbers out, all kinds of weirdness. Where's my number? Oh, there's my number 6. Coming in at number 6. She still slaps. She still cracks skulls. We absolutely love her. And that is where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Uh-oh. Where's she at? Where's she at? Oh, I'm a dum-dum. I put physical. I'm sitting there staring like, what's going on? I am so stupid. Today's been a long day for me. All right, so coming in at number 6 is Star Sapphire. Star Sapphire is like a debuff beast. She has an AoE attack that gives you debuff immunity, or gives the enemy team AoE attack that gives the enemy team buff immunity, intelligence downs, and strength downs. On the A1, she also gives intelligence downs and strength downs. Power of Love is a heavy overheal for yourself, for an ally and herself. And then when she dies, she gives, I think it's like 75 to 100% health to everyone. So that kind of strengthens your team in case she does fall. So she's an absolutely awesome tune, totally farmable all over the freaking place. Really, really, really good tune. Very, very solid from the beginning on. She's still 100% viable in PvP, in-game PvP. A lot of people may not use her because there might be better options, but it's easy to put Star Sapphire in a team and make her work. So, Star Sapphire coming in at number 6. Number 5. She got bumped down a little bit because I made a mistake on this list, but I think she's actually a very, very solid lead, and that is Enchantress. I think she's better in the mid game than she is in the end game, but the damage immunity that she puts up at the start of battles for, you guys see my computer doing these things? You see me, right? You see me. My computer doing these things slow as all get out. Anyway, what's her other look? I don't know if I like, let me see. Don't know if I like that look or not. Let's see. Processing. If anybody can figure out that was from Invader Zim, much love to you. All right. I'll do this one for a little bit. She looks like a goth. She looks like she's depressed in her room reading Edgar Allan Poe, but we'll run with it for a little bit. So anyway, starts off the team with damage immunity and overheal, which is just making her great to run with, like your Banes and your Stripes and your Black Lightnings, all of whom are very, very mid-game tunes in and of themselves. Having that damage immunity in the beginning allows you to ramp certain tunes if they need to be ramped and just protect them in case they get retaliated against, or in case you don't go first. She's a great healer. She does a lot of healing, not just on the actual ability, which is burst of vitality, but also on the A3. I should go back. On the A3, I believe she also calls verse. Let's see, 75% chance to use verse of vitality on the A1. After using the A1, you got a 75% chance of using this thing again, which will give medium overheal allies a 75% chance to apply damage immunity. One is on the A1. And actually, one thing I just figured out that I maybe should do is I should probably be running her with Darkseid. Like, I'm thinking about a lot of teams I could be, like, I feel like I should be running Darkseid at lead a lot more often than I do, to be quite frank. But that's a topic for another day. Enchantress, awesome. Get those frags. Now, moving on to number 4. Speak of the devil. That is like legit the devil. That is Darkseid. And the ability that makes me, well, the 2 abilities. One on his A1, special damage to a single enemy and gain 4 intelligence ups. Attack twice to the same enemy if Darkseid has 4 or more int ups and apply stun. After the first time he hits, if this is ranked out, he's going to hit twice, no matter what. And then on top of it, you go down here to his leadership ability, which you can run him off lead with Lex, and he's still a beast because he's special damage. So all those ups coming from Lex just makes him that much stronger. Team lead ability at the end of each teammate turn, 75% chance to call assist from the teammate to a random enemy if Darkseid has 5 or more buffs. Run him with Barda, which opens up his kit even more so because all of those stamina ups actually helps him with his, is this the A3? Yeah, it actually helps with the A3, so you can just run A1, A3 instead of having to run A2, A1, A3. when you're trying to go in PvP order, if you run him with Barda, he already has those 5 deep. He already has those 5 buffs. That way, everyone's going to go ahead and start off doing 75% chance to call assist. Then he also gets to his A3, which is his heavy hitter, in 2 turns as opposed to 3. So running him with Bard is like damn near a must. But absolutely incredible tune, has turn meter reduction, applies doom, like he's an absolute beast. So let's go ahead and go back. Ooh, are my buttons not working? My buttons ain't working. Yo, I really got to get this whole... Well, we're almost there to monetization. Once I get the monetization, I can go ahead and put some money in this computer. Once we get there, once I actually start getting paid for doing all this stuff, then we can go ahead and put some money into it. Anyway, so now coming in at number 3, Dr. Zabaro put me on game with her. It's Hippolyta. She's like the ultimate in support. She gives int ups when you need int ups. She gives strength ups when you need strength ups. She has a call assist on her A4, one of the rare tunes that has an A4 to begin with. So like on the A2, apply 4 int ups and 30% shield if it was ringed out to all allies, cool down +3 on draw, blah, blah, blah. Then if you want to just do it on a strength-based team, not a special damage team, apply 4 strength ups, 25% turn meter up to all allies, cool, apply stun to all, stun immunity to all allies. And then what's the legendary point here? Purge 2 debuffs from all allies. So like she's the ultimate in support. And then on the A4, damage to an enemy, call assist on target, apply 2 strength ups, 2 intelligence ups on assisting teammate, 75% chance to have an additional assist. She's nuts, absolutely nuts. And I think, no, this is no. All right, so I was about to say something that was wrong. So let me go back. Absolutely awesome tune. Love her. Took her RB1 recently. Like 2 weeks ago, I want to say. So absolutely love Hippolyta. Dr. Zabaro put me on game on her, and he was not wrong at all. Now, coming in at number 2. I don't know if he's worthy of number 2, but what he did to the PvP meta is the reason I'm putting him up here. It's like just a sign of thank you for breaking up this whole Martian Manhunter, Cheetah, Black Flash meta, and that is Aquaman. Main reason he's number 2. Main reason is because of Maelstrom. If my computer wants to, any day now, y'all. Any day you want to help me out here? No. Maelstrom. So Maelstrom is passive ability. If Aquaman is affected by turn meter down, use I Am King and then 30% turn meter down on the enemy. I Am King is the ability where he gives 40% turn meter up to the team. So it's a 70% change in turn meter, just if he gets affected by turn meter. And then and that's not even his leadership ability, which still just stuns me. And then if he's at team lead, all allies are immune to crit damage, which made my go second team, my defensive team, and like that sealed it, because I was trying to build it, and then that rework came. I put him at lead, and everything just fell into place. So Aquaman, for that reason, solid number 2 in terms of being there with the Mystics. And then coming in at number 1 for me, and I was surprised by this, but I had to give it to her because as many times as I use her as a problem solver, it would not be fair to then not have her number 1 on the list, and that is Cheetah. Especially with certain tunes, like I've been trying to use her with Adam, I've been using her with Lady Shiva, I've been using her with Batwoman. She is awesome at building go first teams because on her passive ability, let's go down here, pack leader, apply, all allies have a 29% chance to gain 30% turn meter up if damaging a bleeding target or applying bleeds, which would be higher if I actually took the others, which is, it would be 45% chance if I went ahead and ring that out. And then this is what I want. Start a battle, blood in the air. What is blood in the air? Apply strength ups to all allies. Apply 1 extra strength up per bleeding enemy, plus 20% chance to 20% plus 20% all ally turn meter. Ugh. But you have a 20% turn meter going on there. Then you put like a Lady Shiva who cannot one-shot anybody, but if you give her those strength ups, then it's a lot more likely to happen. Batwoman who can one-shot, but giving her those strength ups don't help, and giving her that additional turn meter on top of the 20% that she already gets does help that she goes first and then attacks twice. Like you can make some awesome, just like quick shot teams with Cheetah. Those strength ups, just those abilities alone. And she hits pretty freaking hard. She does hit pretty hard, and she strips buffs herself. So Cheetah will come in number 1 on this no Spectre, no Black Flash list. Let me know what you think. Put your comments below. Go ahead and annihilate my list. I know there'll be something wrong. Like, why didn't you put in some? Like, I know, but my style of play, guys. My style of play. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. Oh, and actually, be on the lookout for my Instagram, my On Grind for Gaming Instagram. I'm going to try to start an Instagram page, profile, however the youngsters are calling it now. I'm going to start Instagram for this channel. Hopefully help me get to that 1,000, but also put in that the YouTube Shorts content, and then probably some other just like outright just videos where I discuss things that don't necessarily have to have. Maybe I'll have oh, it's dinner time for somebody. It's dinner time. Is it dinner time? Time to eat? Yup. Time to eat. Time to eat. All right. So anyway, and probably just some extra content of me just talking about stuff, going through stuff, maybe even some behind the scenes stuff. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to add some extra content on Instagram and put some more content on my Patreon. So thank you guys for watching. She is just so insistent. She's not gonna leave me alone. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. Please like, please subscribe. We'll see you next time.